Hello, everybody. Okay, I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink, coming to you live from Seekonk, Massachusetts tonight, from my Fortress of Solitude here in the snow. Honestly, I've been home all week. We've worked from home all week, and you're lucky that I even knew today was Friday because the days have just been running together. Anyways, welcome to my Stamp and Sip workshop where the weekend starts early. So it's Friday and I have 2 more days at home and then I have to actually go back to work and deal with people. Anyways, so here we are on a Friday night. I don't always stamp on a Friday night, but when I do, I'm stamping and sipping with all of you. So tonight I am drinking a margarita because I missed somehow, was it the 22nd? I don't know. I missed National Margarita Day. I don't know how, but I did. So I'm catching up tonight with my margarita. I managed to find my little shaker and I made myself a margarita. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. It's good. It's got my favorite tequila in there, which is Partida. Hard to find, but it's well worth it and very good. All right, so take a sip of whatever you brought to drink. And then we are going to get started on making this card. We're going to do this really easy little easel card that I saw and really loved. And so I'm going to share it with you. All right, let me turn this around. Get you up here. Okay. Get this down here. Hi, Julie. Welcome back. Are you enjoying the snow now after your wonderful Florida vacation? Oh. All right. So here's the little easel card that we're making. I did this one with the Cutest Crew because it's like my new favorite thing, coming out in March. It's adorable. It's got the little dogs and the cats and the little birds. What more could you watch? And some little butterflies that are really cute too. All right, so this one I created with the little dogs. Julie says, no, she's not enjoying the snow. I don't blame you. You had to probably dig out when you got home. Hi, Jeanne. Hi, Margaret. Watching from North Carolina and drinking Coke Zero. Okay, awesome. Okay, so this one was the Cutest Crew. I did this with, I think this is Bubble Bath. I think this is Bubble Bath. And I did the little dogs. And this is a die from the dies that coordinate with it with little paw prints. And then it opens up like this. And then it will stand up like that. And it just uses one piece of cardstock, which I think is fabulous. So it's quick and super easy to make. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. Let me show you what you need to make this card. All right, we have one piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11. Then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper that's 4 by 4 3/4. This is longer than that. We're going to cut this. And then whatever you want to decorate with. And then the insert is going to be 4 by 3 3/4 to go inside. Okay, so let's do our card beast first. So as I said, it's 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score that. And we're going to need to put our little arm out or have a trimmer that goes out to at least 8 3/4. Okay, so we are going to score at 5 1/2, which is essentially in half. And then 7. I can't see the lines. When I'm using black paper, I can't see the little lines. There we go. 7. And then 8 3/4. Okay. Okay, so then let's just put that aside while we cut our paper. So your paper, your designer series paper is you want a piece that's 4 inches wide. And the first piece that you're going to cut is going to be 1 1/4. So it'll be 1 1/4 by 4. Then you'll have one that's 1 1/2. So 1 1/2 by 4. And these can be all the same pattern. It could be a continuous pattern, or you can do 3 different patterns, whatever you decide. And then the last one will be 2 inches. Okay, so that's all the designer series paper that you need. And then again, as I said, you need the insert, which is 3 3/4 by 4. Okay, so we can put this aside. Now we're going to fold our card piece. So you're going to fold it in half, mountain in the middle, like you normally would. I forgot to line it up in my trimmer, which I usually like to do. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then at the next score line from the fold, at that score line, you're going to fold back, kind of like a book fold. And then at the next score line, you're going to fold forward again. So you get this funky shape right here. Okay. Okay. So essentially, we are going to treat this like a book fold. We're going to put adhesive in here. So it's the first panel right where that middle score line is. This first panel, we're going to put glue, maybe, if I can get the glue to come out. Ah, so frustrating. Glue frustrates me sometimes. It was just working, not even 15 minutes ago. Okay, one more try. And then we're going to have to get a new bottle. Oh, it doesn't want to go. There we go. Just gets like a little, it creates itself a little stopper. Doesn't want to go. All right, so then you're going to just adhere that closed. So just close that up and give it a second to dry. That is literally all you have to do for this card. So this is your little easel function right here. So all we have to do is decorate it. So these panels are going to go on in exactly that order. This will be the smallest one, the middle one, and then the largest one. So we'll glue those on. Hi, Jean. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining. Oh my goodness, look at, I just had the glue going. There it goes. Yeah, I think I just need a new, every night when I do this, every week, I'm going to need a new bottle of glue. Okay. All right, so we're just going to center that up on that first panel. Then this middle one, we will center up on the second panel. And you just want to make sure that they have even space all around and that these two are lining up on the edge here. And then we'll get this third one on. Like that. Okay. Ta-da! Perfect. So that's our little easel card. Now we're going to do the insert. So that's going to go in just like this. And you want to kind of see where you want the easel to fall. So I will just tell you that one of them, I put it way too high. So you want it to push up a little bit, but you don't want to be too high. So I will just take a little pencil and just give myself a little mark there where I want to stamp my inside greeting. Okay, so for this card, I'm going to use So Glad We're Friends, and I'm going to do it in Memento Black. All right, let's line this up. Oh, did not get good ink on there. There we go. That's better. Okay, so glad we're friends. And then I will wait a second till that dries and I can erase my little eraser mark there. I mean my pencil mark there. Okay. And then I can adhere that to the inside of the card. So the paper that I am using tonight, I forgot to say, is the Pretty Florals paper. This is the B side of the paper, or the flip side of the paper. And I couldn't decide what color to make the card base, so I just decided to go with black as opposed to white. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. All right, so let's decorate the front. For the front, we're going to stamp. Let me put this out of the way here. We are going to stamp our little cats. Is that going to fit on here? Yes. All right, so this time, instead of the dogs, we're going to do the cats. And I have not colored. I think I've only done the cats once. And I am not a cat person. I have not colored a lot of cats. I literally had to look up, is there a brown cat? I don't think I've ever seen a brown cat. I've seen those ones that are like tortoise, that have all the like gray and kind of brownish tan in them. But I don't think I've ever seen a brown cat. But I might be making one tonight. We'll see. Well, this guy got a little juicy over there. We're going to leave him. He'll be fine. All right. We'll just make him a dark color. Okay. So set that aside. Let's make him the brown cat. Where is my brown? I saw they had a brown. All right. Here we go. We'll make him this pecan color. All right, so I'm going to use Stampin' Blend markers tonight with this. Hopefully you can see. Maybe we should get a little closer. I'm going to use some Stampin' Blend markers tonight. This is light pecan pie. And I'm just going to do the whole cat with the light pecan pie. Then I'm going to get the dark pecan pie and just give it a little bit of a highlight. So we're going to make his tail and his belly and his little chest there and his little feet. Make his ears will make a little bit darker color. Okay. And then I go back with the light and just kind of blend that in so it doesn't make it such a dark contrast. Okay. So now the second one, I was thinking, let's make him like a tabby cat. They're like a orangey color. So this is Timid Tiger. That sounded like the right color for a cat. I'm actually allergic to cats. I had a cat many years ago. And she was one of those tortie cats, and I called her Spot. Because I had such a good imagination for names. Okay, so this one, I'm going to make this one have a little bit of striping on the tail. And then just give it a little bit of more color. Oh, would it be more stripy just on the tail? I don't know. I'm not going to blend that one anymore. I think that looks good. Okay, so the middle one, I'm going to do cloud cover because I read there's a blue cat. But he's kind of a blue. Burmese and Tonkinese cats can be brown. There are brown cats. See, I just haven't met enough cats. All right, so this one's going to be, there's a grayish blue color cat. I don't know the name of that one either, but I did see that there is one. So that's this guy. And we'll give him a little bit of definition. So cute. That's a really cute one. I like that one. All right. These are really cute. I like the fact that they don't have any mouths. I just think that makes them even cuter. All right, so then what else did I bring? I brought gray, but I also brought ivory. Let's do this. Let's see if we can make this one. Because there's like Siamese, right? That has the, actually, it's not ivory, is it? It's like a crumb cake color. Let's go with a light. Oh, I don't have a light crumb cake. All right, well, we're going to go with ivory. Going back to ivory. I don't know what happened to my light crumb cake. I lost my marker. So I have to order another one. All right, so we'll just go with ivory. And I'm giving it 2 coats, so it'll be a little bit darker. All right, and then I'm bringing in this dark brown. This is one of the skin tone colors. And I want to do like a Siamese. So they have the brown on their feet, right? And their legs. Maybe their whole leg. Let's go this way. And then their ears. What else is brown? Are their tails brown? I think their tails are brown. I'm going to have to print out a chart. Kitty cat colors. Oh, that's cute. All right, we're sticking with that. And then this last one, let's make him gray. Light gray. I don't know how to do a tortie cat. I'm going to have to practice how to get some little tortie colors in there. So this is gray granite, which is kind of a little bit browner gray. And some dark gray granite. Russian blues, yes. So they sound so exotic. Maybe this guy should have some spots. Let's make him have like a spot over here. And then maybe a spot over there. And maybe just one ear is darker. Okay, apparently you could do all kinds of coloring with these little cats. They are adorable. All right, so let's get maybe some pink butterflies. For a little bit of contrast. And then a yellow one, maybe? Maybe yellow butterfly. So that was, what color pink was that? Bubble Bath, which is my favorite. And this is Daffodil Delight for the butterflies. There we go. All right, there's my kitty cats. Okay, so while I'm just going to run off camera and get this die cut this because it's upside down. All right, so what we're going to do, this does have a die that is going to cut out all these little cats and the butterflies. So I'm going to just put that there and I'm going to hold that down with some Post-it note tape. Okay. All right, there we go. So there's our little kitty cats. Very adorable. All right, they are going to go on the front of the card with some dimensionals. I have such a habit of covering things up, and then when I need them, I can't find them. All right, so we'll get some dimensionals on here. That's going to go right in the middle there. Okay. Then on the second section here, what did I do with the piece I die cut? Oh boy. See, this is what happens. I get all organized and I lose everything. All right, I lost my piece that I die cut. All right, well, we're gonna just go with the blue. So I'm gonna pick this up. Hang on, maybe it's under. Nope, it didn't go under there. It didn't go under my computer. I don't know where it went. Okay, the floor? No, not the floor either. All right, I don't know. So we're going with this. I had a black piece to go on top of here, but we're going to just go with this. And then we're going to do some ribbon. I'm going to find it as soon as I stop recording. I'm going to find that piece because that's what happens. All right, so we're going to just put this across and I'm going to add some ribbon here as well. And then we're going to put a sentiment. So let me get a little piece of paper to stamp my sentiment on. We're going to make this a birthday card. Happy birthday. I could actually just stamp on my designer series paper since it is a lighter color. but I'm going to just cut this out. Just make it a fun little piece right there. Okay, so we need some dimensionals for that. I keep thinking I'm going to find that piece, but I don't know what I do with it. Oi! Okay, sentiment. And then we'll get some ribbon on here. Okay, so the ribbon I'm putting on the middle section. And what I like to do, like if you've probably seen before, I like to put a little glue dot wherever I want my bow to go. So I'm going to put the bow right in the middle. So I'm going to put my glue dot right in the middle of that piece. And then I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to put a block here to hold this. I'm going to put my ribbon through. And I'm going to decide how long it needs to be to create a good bow. Okay, so let me measure that for you. So that's about 13, that's about 16 inches. Okay, so put that through. And when it comes to the front, we're going to overlap it and we're going to make it fall right on that glue dot. No, it's something is crooked. I do not want this piece to be folded back. Okay. Well, it wants to argue with me, but I'm going to win because I'm determined. Oh, hang on. All right, there we go. All right, let's see if we can tie this bow. I might have just cut that too short. Or we might be making this a knot. Okay, so I think it was more like 18 inches. I think I cut it too short. I don't know how I did that. All right, ribbon scissors. There we go. That's okay, because this kind of looks like a masculine card anyway, so I like it with just a little knot. All right, then to create your easel piece, or make your easel stand up, you need a little stop here. So I already die cut some little cats. There are these little silhouettes that are part of this set as well. So I'm going to put this up like this and work on these little cats. So we're going to put one here and one here. And then I also have their little butterflies that they're playing with. So cute. All right, so we'll just get a little dot of glue. And these should be able to hold that piece of cardstock just being one level. Let me see. Yeah, they will. But if that is not working for whatever you chose, you can also put a little dimensional on the back here to make it stand up a little more. So get a little dimensional on there. Put him here. We want them to be the same height. And before I press that down really well, I want to make sure it's at the same level. So this is straight. And then we can just get those little butterflies on. I should have done some adhesive sheets for the butterflies because they're teeny tiny. Okay. So there you go. So glad we're friends. Okay, then we just need some bling. I do have the 2025 to 2027 flat pearls. So that's got some cloud cover in there. So we can put some of those on. Oops. I stuck it down. I think I want a couple up here. Let's put a couple up here. And then we'll also put a couple down here. Okay, so happy birthday. So glad we're friends. And then that will stand up like that. It's really cute, isn't it? And it's not hard at all to make. Honestly, the hardest part is the bow, which is always the hardest part, especially when you're trying to do it live. All right, so that is the one that we did tonight. Here's the one that we did for the sample. How cute are those? All right, let me show you the other ones I did. So of course I couldn't leave out the birds. We had to have the little birds. So we did just a little hello with the birds. And I also stamped the little footprints of the birds on the front there. And then this is another die from the set. I was trying to use the one with the paw prints tonight, but I lost it somewhere. This is another one, and this is some white ribbon that I colored Timid Tiger with my Stampin' Blend marker. Okay, so then this one's got the little birds inside. Have the best day. Super cute. Just love this set. All right, but if you don't have the cutest cue set, you can make it with whatever else you've got. So here's one that's just with a little heart. It's got that Valentine set. You can use that all year long. So this one just says, love you so much. And then to a fabulous friend inside. So this is the one that I did too high because I would have had to put it way back here. I lowered it a little bit by putting the heart a little bit lower, but it's still a little high. I think I would have liked it down here a little bit more, but that's okay. Wherever it ends up, it's still going to display really cute when they get it. And then this last one I made with the Pretty Florals set. So just a note. This is again bubble. Actually, this is Pretty in Pink, I think, with some bubble bath ribbon. Just a note. And this one just has a little piece of designer series paper inside from the paper pack. And I just popped that up on dimensionals and made it a little stop there for that card. So you get some floral when it's open like that. Okay, so those are the ones that I created with this design. Hopefully you like them. All right, let's flip the camera back around. There we go. Okay, that's it for me tonight, guys. All right. All right, everybody have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're done shoveling snow. We finally got shoveled out. And yeah, so we're good to go. We actually went out for dinner last night. We got the car out of the driveway. Oh, but anyways, everybody have a great, great weekend. And cheers and stay crafty, my friends. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you want the written instructions for the card, you can sign up for my email. Every Wednesday, I send out an email with just general news, but I also include the instructions for the card that I made the previous Friday. So to get on my email list, you just go to thismustbeink.com and there should be an email subscription thing there. Just sign up for my email and you will get that, as well as I usually put in a bonus PDF for another card each week as well. All right, so everybody have a great weekend. Stay crafty, my friends. See you next week.